courtroom. Come join the Home Base Birthday Celebration. You'll find great values throughout our stores and enter the Home Base Birthday Sweepstakes. We're giving away up to $15,000 in shopping sprees and prizes. Today, get an Elger pull-out spray kitchen faucet for just $99. It fits 1 or 3-hole installations. Home Base, ready to help.
Two brothers that must constantly eat or die on the next hard copy.
O.J. Simpson scores. He refuses to take the stand, but Judge Ito lets him have his say in court anyway.
But I did not, could not, and would not have committed this crime.
A day of high drama and outrage as both sides rest their cases.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
Good evening. 8 months after opening statements in the O.J. Simpson murder trial, the lawyers finally rested today, but not before Judge Lance Ito allowed Simpson a major victory. The judge gave Simpson an extraordinary opportunity to address the court outside the presence of the jury, but with the possibility that his words would reach the jury anyway, and without the risk of testifying under oath and risking cross-examination. In the courtroom for the drama was our correspondent Bill Whitaker.
He's remained silent through most of this trial, but today, when asked if he wished to waive his right to testify, O.J. Simpson didn't just give a routine yes or no. Instead, something highly unusual. He made a speech in his own defense.
As much as I would like to address some of the misrepresentations made about myself and Nicole concerning our life together, I'm mindful of the mood and the stamina of this juror. And that they will find, as the record stands now, that I did not, could not, and would not have committed this crime. I have 4 kids, 2 kids I haven't seen in a year. They ask me every week, Dad, how much longer? How much is this trial over? Thank you.
It was an extraordinary statement, which the jury did not hear, a statement which made prosecutors livid.
Perhaps he would allow me then the opportunity, since he would like to make these statements to the court, I would like the opportunity to examine him about them. May he take a seat in the blue chair, and we'll have a discussion?
Thank you.
O.J. wasn't talking to the judge. He was talking to the world, to the next jury, and maybe even to the sequestered jurors who will have family visitation this weekend. And those family members might tell the jurors, look, O.J. professed his innocence and said he shouldn't be sitting in jail.
Then the weary jury came in, and after 9 months and 121 witnesses, both sides finally rested. In a hushed courtroom for 36 minutes, Judge Ito gave weighty instructions to an exceptionally attentive jury. Dozens of detailed rules, much of it dense and legalistic, which the jury must follow in deliberation.
You must not be influenced by pity for a defendant or by prejudice against him. You must not be biased against the defendant because he has been arrested for this offense, charged with a crime, or brought to trial.
Guidelines for determining guilt or innocence.
And in case of a reasonable doubt whether his guilt is satisfactorily shown, he is entitled to a verdict of not guilty.
The toughest instruction for the prosecutors is the reasonable doubt instruction, because it tells the jury, if there's a reasonable story on each side, you must vote for acquittal. Clark has to remind the jurors the defense story is not reasonable.
There was a serious, somber atmosphere in the courtroom today, a feeling things are coming to an end. But in truth, the end game is just beginning. Closing arguments start next Tuesday, and it'll be a week or more until this jury takes those instructions and begins deliberating. Bill Whitaker, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The father of murder victim Ron Goldman is furious that Judge Ito allowed Simpson his no-risk address to the court.
If he had a statement to make, he should have gotten on the damn stand and said something and not been a coward and been unable to have the prosecution question him. He had a right to say one thing and one thing only, and that was he didn't want to testify. I think the judge expected him only to say that, and he shot his mouth off again. He hasn't seen his kids in a year. He's seen at least 2. I will never see my son again. How dare he throw that up? For the world to hear and feel sorry for him. He's where he is because he committed murder.
Sitting next to the Goldman family and some of the Simpson family as Simpson addressed the court today was writer Dominic Dunn of Vanity Fair magazine, who joins us again with his personal perspective as our expert witness.
Dan, this was another electrifying day in this astonishing trial. What happened was that O.J. got up to speak and gave a very impassioned talk out of the presence of the jury, and it aroused such feelings in that courtroom. To my left here was Arnell Simpson, his very beautiful daughter, who sobbed, who broke down. Johnny Cochran came over to comfort her. To my right here sat Patty Goldman and then Fred. And as he talked and he said, I haven't seen my kids for a year and so forth, Fred Goldman was enraged. And under his breath, he was saying, murderer, murderer, like this. It was an amazing, amazing moment that Judge Ito did not stop.
Is this unusual for a judge to let this kind of thing go on in a courtroom?
Well, it's apparently very, very unusual. Dan, it was very similar to the glove moment, when O.J. seized a moment and rode with it, and that's exactly what he did today.
Dominic Dunn, thanks.
Thank you.
Coming up next, Medicare madness and the world's biggest media merger. And later, Eye on America. Teen violence. If you think it's bad now, stay tuned.
It's a great time to be silver because you're over 50 and you haven't lost your edge. Now there's a Centrum made just for you. Centrum Silver for your changing nutritional needs. Centrum Silver. It's a great time to be silver.
I remember when the only choice was aspirin. Next came Tylenol, and now there's Aleve. For me, the choice is Advil. Nothing is proven to work better or last longer than Advil. Nothing.
Advanced medicine for pain.
Crispix for me? Thank you.
Elizabeth says Crispix won't get soggy in milk.
We'll see. Starts off crispy. So far, you're right, Elizabeth, but still crispy. Okay, but reality will soon set in.
Kellogg's Crispix cereal. Delicious corn and rice that stays crispy to the end.
Last bite, gonna be mushy, soggy. Hey, it's still crispy.
More Crispix, Daddy?
Thanks. You're a doll. You too, Elizabeth.
The U.S. Air Force has suffered another disastrous plane crash. An AWACS battlefield radar aircraft went down in a ball of flame today, shortly after taking off on a training mission in Alaska. 24 U.S. and Canadian military personnel were on board. There's no sign of any survivors. It's the first crash ever of an AWACS plane. Democrats in Congress staged a protest hearing in the rain today and poured cold water and criticism on the Republican plan for Medicare. Democrats also bristled at what they see as a Republican attempt to pass it before the public really gets a good hard look. Bob Schieffer has the hot and wet debate on Capitol Hill.
These people hadn't taken leave of their senses. They were just Democrats who had called a hearing in the rain on the Capitol lawn to examine the Republican Medicare plan.
I have to admit that I had hoped today's hearing would not be necessary.
It was necessary, he said, because Republicans had decreed only 1 day of hearings on their complex plan to overhaul the Medicare system. Weird as it all was, the real circus was inside.
This on your mouth.
Democrats and their senior allies felt they were being gagged.
This morning, shamefully, is the only day, 1 day, of hearings for Medicare.
The official hearing was even nastier. Republican Chairman Archer brought armloads of testimony to claim there'd been plenty of hearings. Democrats just hooted.
This pile of material that you see here is absolutely useless. So I'd ask the staff to please remove these words.
There is no love lost between these Republicans and Democrats, and when seniors staged a protest, the animosity showed.
The committee will stand in recess until the police can restore order.
I'd watch out, Mr. Chair. I think that one could take you all by yourself, Mr. Chairman.
The committee is in recess.
I know.
Gentlemen's comments are out of order.
No, we're in recess. You mean I can't talk during recess?
Though it was a field day for cameras, the most significant development occurred when the president's top aide came quietly to the Capitol to say flatly, unless Republicans tone down their plan, the president will veto it.
This plan is not going to be accepted either by the American people, certainly not by this president.
But don't expect either side to back off soon. The Senate Republicans finally released their version of Medicare reform today. It's a lot like the House version, so this fight is just beginning. Bob Schieffer, CBS News at the Capitol.
After weeks of tough negotiations, Time Warner and Turner Broadcasting announced today they've agreed to merge. Together, they'll be making movies, records, books, television programs, magazines, and much, much more, including, they hope, a lot of money. Richard Threlkeld reports on the latest mega media merger.
This is far and away the dream deal.
A dream deal, maybe, but not necessarily a dream team. Chairman Gerald Levin announcing that Time Warner is spending $7.5 billion to buy the empire of his new vice chairman, Ted Turner.
I basically put my entire life savings into Time Warner stock, and I'm looking for better than average returns, I can tell you.
It'll be the biggest media and entertainment company in the world. How big? Assets of $40 billion and 12 million cable households. Merging, among other things, Time Warner's HBO network, the Warner Brothers studio and its vast music business, with Turner's news, movie, and cartoon networks, and a library of 5,000 old movies. All of it to be run by a very unlikely couple. Levin, the buttoned-down corporate man who's taken some criticism for not reducing Time Warner's $15 billion corporate debt. And Turner, the brash loner they call Captain Outrageous, who's not used to taking orders from anybody.
I still consider myself a bold adventurer.
Today, though, Turner and Levin were preaching togetherness and synergy. For example, Time Magazine and CNN.
Putting them in the same company, not for efficiencies, but for journalistic growth.
Still, some observers were concerned about what Turner himself did and did not say today.
He said, we're going to show you what kind of a job we're going to be doing for the shareholders. What they're thinking about is money and business.
This dream deal still has to be approved by the stockholders and government regulators, so it's not a media marriage just yet. Call it an engagement. Richard Threlkeld, CBS News, New York.
Straight ahead, Eye on America, a chilling look at youth crime, the next generation.
Up there all night, man, it's always just been me and my music. The last thing I ever wanted to worry about were my dentures. I switched to Fix-It-In, so now I know I can start playing at 6 p.m. and swing set after set straight through the dawn.
Fix-It holds stronger, longer than any other cream, even after 12 hours.
You tell me I don't have to worry. That's like music to my ears.
For a stronger, longer hold, Fix-It and forget it.
Men, is gray hair sneaking up on you, right under your nose, making you look too old?
Whoa, it is sneaking up on me. Up here, too.
You need Just for Men Color Gel, made for the hard-to-color gray of mustaches and sideburns. Simply brush in this no-drip gel, and in 5 minutes, rinse. Gray's gone. Your mustache and sideburns blend perfectly with your natural hair color.
That gray won't sneak up on me again.
Just for Men Color Gel, the sure thing for a natural look.
Introducing an Alka-Seltzer that goes where no Alka-Seltzer has gone before. New Alka-Seltzer caplets. Now you can get fast relief for acid indigestion or heartburn with headache in an easy-to-swallow caplet. Anytime, anywhere. New Alka-Seltzer caplets.
Patty, I got the wrong cheese.
Real Italian meals don't begin
What were you thinking?
without the Parmesan cheese that's always 100% Parmesan. No fillers. Kraft 100% grated Parmesan cheese. Now you can eat.
This small town changed itself from a sleepy truck stop to an information superhighway on-ramp. How did it happen? Join Charles Osgood this Sunday morning.
If you're the chief of police and your cops don't like you, you've got trouble, especially in a city as volatile as Los Angeles. The cops versus the chief, Sunday on 60 Minutes.
A jogger murdered in New York's Central Park. A little girl gunned down in her family's car in Los Angeles. Crimes like these are terrifying, partly because they seem to erupt out of nowhere. But crime does not come out of nowhere, and some who study it say the worst is yet to come. Correspondent Wyatt Andrews has been looking into the wave of the future for tonight's Eye on America.
Watch closely as Hispanic gang violence erupts in East Los Angeles. A local news crew captured this while staking out a gang hangout. This young man is firing his gun at a car loaded with kids. The police arrive, but fearing they are outgunned, retreat to call for backup. Meanwhile, one boy being pursued is kicked, beaten, and then is shot at.
Somebody's down over there.
It's a rare and degrading snapshot of life in the inner city, and it happens every day.
There's a gun. You can see a gun right there.
More and more children have guns. They say violent crime is down overall, but not for teenagers. In the last decade, the murder rate for young black males has tripled. It's doubled for young whites, and by all accounts, it won't soon improve.
The really bad news is that the worst is yet to come.
James Fox, a Northeastern University criminologist, is raising an alarm. There are now 39 million American children under 11 years old, and the majority, Fox says, do not have full-time adult supervision. It's the recipe for a coming crime wave.
I'm predicting that by the year 2005, we may very well have a bloodbath of teenage violence.
They haven't seen anything.
Fox's vision is already reality for Lorraine Rampersad, a single mom raising an 11-year-old daughter in the Bronx. She's afraid of wholly unsupervised 6 to 10-year-old kids running rampant.
No matter what I teach my daughter, there are 10 to 20 kids out there that are ready to turn her around, and I cannot allow that.
So if everybody already knows this new crime wave is coming, everybody from the people in these fearful neighborhoods to a worried federal government, the question is what should be done about it? Some of the ideas already out there are provocative.
I think we need literally hundreds of thousands, probably 500,000 new police officers at a very minimum.
Criminal justice expert Adam Walensky believes we should spend $30 billion to create an army of new cops. Not Mark Furman-type cops, he says, college-educated cops looking out for the good people of the inner city.
These neighborhoods are overflowing with people who are desperate for protection, desperate to live an orderly and decent life.
Invest in these kids, particularly after school.
Professor Fox would spend those billions on programs to keep kids busy after school.
40% of juvenile offenses occur between 3 in the afternoon and dinner time. That's when kids are idle, when they have far too much time to kill.
If you're going to bring children into the world, you've got to raise them.
The author, Shelby Steele, says focus on the fathers who abandon children.
If you do not raise them, then the truth of the matter is, if we're really honest about it, there really isn't much anybody else can do.
Is there a way that society can go back to the days where parents felt responsible for the children that they have?
Being an optimist, I would say yes.
Being a realist?
Being a realist, if we're talking about children that are having children, no.
She has long been worried about what's on the corner, but now fears more what's on the horizon. More and more social pain we can skillfully predict, but tragically can't seem to prevent. In New York, Wyatt Andrews for Eye on America.
Come on, guys.
Hi, Fran. How are you? Coffee and a jelly fill. Complete bran flakes. What's he stares like I can't make a change? What's with you? I look like this when I joined the force? Well, no. I eat junk all day. I come home, I say I'm going to work out. I never do. I got to do something.
Thousands of people have started turning their lives around with 4 little words. Kellogg's Complete Bran Flakes.
Hey, Fran. Can I make a switch here? I feel like I'm married to you.
Kellogg's Complete Bran Flakes. It's a start.
I'm glad you made it to the reunion. Oh, I can't believe it's been 20 years. Oh. You okay? I could use some Tylenol. Here. Oh, ibuprofen? No, I can't. I had an ulcer. Really? My husband had an ulcer. Oh, he should be careful. My doctor says ibuprofen can aggravate an ulcer. Tylenol just works great.
If you take ibuprofen, there are many reasons why Tylenol may be safer for you.
20 years later, you've still given me the answers. Are you ever going to listen?
If you've been drinking Ensure, there's a little something you should know. Sustacal has more protein, less fat, and about twice as much calcium. No, Sustacal can't add years to your life, but it might help add life to your years.
Pam, look. Phillips has gel caps. Gentle overnight relief in a little gel cap. This is just the thing for your constipation, honey.
Even has a stool softener, huh, Brenda?
Phillips has gel caps.
What's so different about Easy Spirit's new shoe? Just ask the ad. Easy Spirit introduces the new Easy Spirit, our most comfortable dress shoe ever.
The show comes out slamming with the final bash at the beach. And the featherweight clash, Alejandro Gonzalez meets Manuel Medina. Saturday on The Show.
What moments from the long O.J. Simpson trial will make a difference to the jury? Your chance to judge the prosecution and defense cases. Monday on the CBS Evening News.
In Washington, wealthy publishing heir Malcolm Forbes Jr. today officially announced his bid for the Republican presidential nomination. Forbes has little political experience. He emphasizes what he calls his business know-how. Forbes says he will use $25 million of his own money to campaign. Campaigning in California, President Clinton used the power of the incumbent to authorize spending federal money. The president announced $364 million to aid Los Angeles County, which otherwise planned to lay off thousands of health care workers because of a huge budget deficit. Notably absent from the current health care policy fray is a key player in the president's own previous and unsuccessful attempt at health insurance reform. First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton. Her silence about health care this time is no accident. The First Lady has been busy redefining her role and image, as Linda Douglas points out.
Once she was so powerful she was called the co-president. But lately, Hillary Rodham Clinton quietly has been trying to transform herself from political lightning rod into America's first mom, the champion of women and children.
Is anybody here older than 2?
Over the last 9 months, she has promoted children's nutrition and crusaded against breast cancer. She's held 10 so-called listening sessions where women share their problems.
So who would like to start?
Last week, she heard about struggles with childcare and the fear of facing old age alone.
And we're just plain worried what we're going to do without a husband.
Most women, as they age, are alone.
Though Mrs. Clinton has long spoken out on family issues, now she's focusing on those concerns exclusively. She's no longer making policy or getting involved in legislation, a far cry from the early days. The Clintons campaigned as a pair, and then they governed as one. During the disastrous health care campaign, it was never clear who was in charge, him or her.
It will be impossible to end welfare as we know it until we guarantee every American health care that can never be taken away.
When she seemed to be on an equal footing with him, it seemed sometimes like she was stronger than he was. Her opinions were less compromising than his, and that made both of them look bad.
Mr. Clinton's advisors concede privately her strong role made him look weak. Experts say now that she's in the background, he looks better.
He's more presidential. He's more prominent. You see him. He's by himself.
The First Lady can still seize center stage when she wants to. At the women's conference in Beijing, she didn't hesitate to confront the Chinese on women's rights abuses. She drew rave reviews even from her critics. The president's advisors are downplaying Mrs. Clinton's role in the White House, saying she does not attend key political strategy meetings. But Democrats believe she'll be an asset in the forthcoming campaign, appealing to women disenchanted with Republican policies. Linda Douglas, CBS News, Washington.
A footnote, Hillary Clinton isn't along for the president's trip to California, which may help explain the president's night out and photo op on the Sunset Strip last night with Jim Belushi as the Blues Brothers and Al Gore as backup.
By the end of the week, 7 more lives will be saved. By the end of the day, 16 people who couldn't walk will. By the end of the hour, these special filters will help make 25,000 more gallons of water ready for drinking. And by the end of this message, 1 more premature baby will be protected. All of which is made possible with the help of a material we call plastic.
I love its rhythm, the way it kicks off a morning. The tantalizing hold it has on a strawberry. The nutty, toasty taste you get with every incredible crunch. It's so natural, low in fat. And then there's the way you feel when you've done something good for yourself and enjoyed every last bit. The taste, the experience, it's pure great nuts.
My husband, who is a dentist, would just love this mouthwash.
Now, for the first time, the baking soda and peroxide dentists recommend are yours in a mouthwash. New Mentadent Dual Action Mouthwash.
He highly recommends baking soda and peroxide.
As they combine, Mentadent's Dual Action helps kill odor and break down plaque.
It tastes really good. My breath feels very fresh. My mouth feels really clean.
New Mentadent Dual Action Mouthwash. Take good care of your mouth.
So wait till I get this home.
I'm 62. Can I still help prevent osteoporosis?
It's never too late for Caltrate. Caltrate Plus has the extra calcium you need, plus 6 nutrients essential for healthy bones, whatever your age.
It's never too late for Caltrate. Fibercon or Metamucil? Both give you the same predictable regularity, the same natural action of fiber. So what makes Fibercon different? With Fibercon, I get my fiber in 2 caplets. Fibercon, fiber regularity that's easier to take.
It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but somebody has a new scheme to help America's homeless. Just give them bats and balls and pack them off to England. Correspondent Mark Phillips picks up the story there.
Okay, sports fans, what's wrong with this picture?
We come from L.A. Well, hey, you saw homeless crickets in the house to invade your lawn. Yo, we like the game, so we came.
Into the green and pleasant world of English country cricket they came. A team picked up, literally, off the streets of Los Angeles. Homeless guys who had fallen through the cracks of American society and ended up somewhere they never expected, on a cricket-playing road trip in England.
I've never heard of cricket. I mean, I heard of it, but it was the animal I heard of, the little insect. Never thought I'd be playing it.
For the L.A. Crickets, it's a game from another world, which is exactly the point, to get them out of the dead-end world in which they'd been trapped. An idea developed by an Englishman who now lives in L.A.
Bit of a social experiment. I don't think many other ideas seem to be working, so let's see what comes out of this.
What's come out of it is posh receptions for the homeless in stately English homes, boat tours laid on by civic authorities, and a whole new language.
And they asked me, do you bat or do you bowl? And I'm thinking, bowl? Bowling, you know.
But they've learned bowling, which is like pitching, and how to play positions like silly mid-off. There they were today, playing jolly well. If cricket does turn out to be the road to redemption from the mean streets of L.A. to a more productive life, it'll be as unlikely a route as has ever been traveled. Cricket isn't just a foreign game, it's a foreign culture with a foreign language, foreign rules, foreign etiquette. To misbehave here just wouldn't be cricket.
No tantrums, no tantrums. I'm working on that. I used to have that, but I'm getting it. Cricket. Hey, I'm getting it down together.
The L.A. Crickets lost today. So what? Finally in life, they seem to be winning. Mark Phillips, CBS News, Hambledon, England.
And that's part of our world tonight. Bob Schieffer will have the news tomorrow. Dan Rather reporting for the CBS Evening News. Have a great weekend. And if you're celebrating Rosh Hashanah, a good new year.